Hello, I'm Lynn from the Posy Patch and I'm here to demonstrate this, which is from AgraWool, and it's a 100% natural floral foam. I'd be very excited to see if this actually works. The majority of my work is funeral arrangements, and funeral flowers is where a lot of oasis is used by traditional florists. So it would be great if we could encourage florists to find an alternative which is more eco-friendly. Now, out of the box straight away, it looks like fiberglass or rock wool. It's quite spongy and it's brown in colour, and it looks like it would be very easy to cut to shape that you want. Now, I'm going to soak it first of all. I've got a litre of water. I'm going to pour the water on. Seems to be soaking up quite nicely. It does say on the box that if itching occurs, rinse with water. So far so good, although on the video on the website it does show that there should be no skin irritation. There was a slight pause there because 1 litre of water was not enough. So I've gone to get some more water. I want to get to the stage where it's fully soaked in water, but there isn't water dripping out of it. That feels about right to me. Now I'm going to use it to make a double-ended funeral spray, just a small one, because this is a typical thing that I would do, usually using moss and mesh. Now I usually use these trays as a base. These are bamboo trays. I presume there's air miles associated with this, but they are fully compostable. Because I'm a bit concerned about water coming out of the foam, AgraWool block, I'm actually going to put some extra protection in the bottom of it in the form of a compostable bin bag liner. So that goes in there, and then I'm going to put this on top. Now let me just show you this. Right, not actually dripping. Some water coming out of it. I'm going to wait till the water finishes dropping. And then put it in my tray like this. Now to hold it in place, I'm going to do a couple of lengths of twine. Not sure that it's needed because it feels quite sturdy, but want to be on the safe side. So as you can see, at the moment, everything is biodegradable. So very easy to use so far. So there we go. Now I'm going to use the sorts of materials that I'd use for a traditional funeral arrangement. So I've got a selection of foliage from the garden. Got some eucalyptus, some pittosporum, some skimmia, some tree ivy, and some very boring privet. So start with a couple of lengths of eucalyptus. Right, let's see. Right, it goes in well, it feels quite firm. when you take the materials out and put them back in again, there is a hole, but I feel like it would compress down if you needed it to. I'm just going to do this quickly. I'm not sure that it's actually held in particularly firmly. That seems to come out quite easily to me. Maybe you have to have a long stem. There's a lot of stem in there. Does that have implications for putting more and more materials in? Let's see. Yeah, definitely feel like I need to get the stems well into the foam. Personally, I feel like calling it floral foam is a really bad idea. Floral foam has some very bad implications for florists, and I think calling it floral foam is doing the company a disservice, but that's just my opinion, obviously. So I've got some very boring privet going in. Other than having to put the stems in, so that came out quite easily there. Not sure that I'm happy about that. Let's try some buried ivy, see how that works. This has a much thicker stem. That goes in better. That does definitely slide it in and out very easily. Obviously have to get it at the right angle and in the right position. Right, I'm going to fast forward a bit as I fill in the rest of the foliage. Okay, so I've added a lot of foliage to the arrangement, and I have to say I like it. It does feel like it's quite sturdy. I'm just going to see if there's much water in the bottom of the container. Oops. No, doesn't seem to be at all. It was quite nice putting the stuff in. You could feel when the stalks were being contained by the foam, or whatever the word is, grabbed by the foam. You could feel if they were sturdy or not. If I did take a stalk out and had to put it back in again, there was a hole. I don't know if that would compress down or not. I'm just going to add some more things. Got some skimmia here. Definitely likes thicker stems. Now at this time of year, obviously there are lots of bulb flowers available. I've got some beautiful Smith & Munson tulips to add. Now, in the moss mix that I usually use, the tulip stems do not go in very well at all, and I quite often resort to cutting the stems off and putting them on cocktail sticks. So I'm going to be very interested to see how this works. Okay, right, here's a tulip. Right, I'll try putting it in on its own first. Yeah, went in really well. Ooh, nice. I am clearly rushing this to try and get the video as short as possible because I know you're interested to see how it works. I'm just going to fast forward this until the finished bit. Well, that's the finished piece. Obviously I've done it quickly and I've sped through it, but I'm really pleased. I think the foam works really well. It's got lots and lots of stalks in it. I also like the fact that because the colour is a brown, you actually can't see if there are any bald places, which is good. It's fairly light. It feels sturdy, so yeah, I'd give it a go. I also feel like I could top it up with a bit more water to keep it moist without it spilling out. What I don't like about it is sometimes the stems don't feel like they're completely secure, but if you take them out and put them back in again, you usually find a good place. And as you can see, it does seem sturdy. I definitely feel like you'd always have to have some sort of base on it, although you do that with floral foam. So I would recommend you give it a go because I think at the moment it looks like a good alternative. Obviously there are environmental issues, as there are with everything, but so far so good. I hope that's of interest.